Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And y'all, this morning's content, I'm pretty sure they're punking us. They've got to be punking us. They either think we are this stupid or they are this inept. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field on this one, because it turns out that all we needed this whole time was a bill to attack gun running across the border from the United States to Mexico, and all the problems would be solved. Don't ignore everything else, not important. Yeah, we're about to get into it. Of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and please send this one out because you've got to help me expose the dumb. All right, I'm going to do this quickly because some of this stuff is just, it needs to be done quickly so you see the whole thing. Check this out. Representative Dan Goldman introduces a bill to curb trafficking of guns from the U.S. into Mexico. Now, this is a story from today. This is a breaking story. As I go through this, you guys leave in the comments field, what project from the ATF does this sound like? Let's continue. Washington. Representative Dan Goldman, a Democrat from New York, is introducing Tuesday a new bill that aims to strengthen border security by curbing the trafficking of guns and ammunition made in the United States across the southern border into Mexico. You guys remembering the theme? Again, leave down there all the things that are reminding you of something, and I'm going to keep going. Called the Disarming Cartels Act. Oh, I love the names of bills, don't you? Goldman's bill directs the Department of Homeland Security to enhance collaboration among federal immigration agencies and other partners to, quote, identify, target, disrupt, and dismantle transnational criminal groups behind the exporting of firearms and other weapons across the U.S.-Mexico border. Democratic Representatives Mike Thompson, who is the chair of the Gun Violence Prevention in the House of the Democrats, by the way, and Joaquin Castro of Texas are joining Goldman in introducing the measure. Now, it's getting introduced today. Now, again, we got a border between two countries. Guns and ammo going this way, people and drugs going this way. You'd think that something right in the middle would prevent both those things from happening. But I digress. Anyway, we need another bill. And don't forget the ATF elephant in the room, which we're about to talk about in a second, because I know some of you have left in the comments what you remember. But let's hear a quote from the bill, because I love a good politician quote. Quote, Democrats and Republicans alike recognize the devastating threat posed by the fentanyl trade and human smuggling and trafficking, all of which are predominantly controlled by Mexican drug cartels at our southern border. This is what the Goldman said. Quote, but Republicans simply ignore that the source of the cartel's power is the hundreds of thousands of American-manufactured weapons of war that flow out of the United States and into the hands of the cartels. If we want to address crime across our southern border, then we must address the exportation of American guns across the border. Ignore the immigration, ignore the fentanyl, ignore the drugs, ignore the human trafficking, all the human atrocities. No. It's the guns' fault. Obviously. So we need the federal agencies of immigration through the Department of Homeland Security to crack down on firearms trafficking from the U.S. to Mexico. Don't crack down on the other things from Mexico into the United States. By the way, it can be solved with one big thing right in the middle of two of them. All the while, there's already a federal bureaucracy called the ATF that has something called the Project Thor, which has all of this information fully available that was defunded at the beginning of the Biden administration. All about trafficking, firearms. But you know what? Let's have the Mexican government sue gun manufacturers because it's their fault. Yeah, let's continue. Got even more because you gotta have some more fluffy speech here. Thompson, chair of the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force, said that in addition to addressing the firearms trafficked in Mexico, the bill will help secure the southern border and stem the flow of fentanyl into the United States by cracking down on something the ATF was already doing through a new executive bureaucratic establishment. Yeah, don't put me in the category of hopeful when you already had the exact same thing in the ATF, of which they stopped doing it completely. We covered it on this channel multiple times. Project Thor, even they are about to hit this in CBS. The stupid and the incompetence is staggering. Let's continue. Got two more things for you. In fact, you guys remember me covering this. Grassley's letter, Senator Grassley, came after a CBS Reports investigation exposed how Americans are helping Mexican drug cartels smuggle weapons, including military-grade firearms out of the U.S. and across the southern border. Once the guns are bought by straw purchasers in the U.S., a network of brokers and couriers transport them across the border into Mexico. And if you don't remember what it was called, even CBS is pointing it out, To identify and dismantle drug cartels' weapon supply chains in the U.S., the ATF established Project Thor, an interagency effort to address gun trafficking networks in 2018. The initiative, however, was denied funding for fiscal year 2022 by the Biden administration. The only people that can defund anything inside an executive bureaucracy are the executive at the top of the executive branch. The White House defunded all of the things that they're talking about here through the ATS Project Thor of straw purchasing and trafficking firearms across the United States into Mexico. So a representative on the Democratic side from New York, Goldman, decides that he's going to put a bill forward to bring the Department of Homeland Security and other immigration forces against the gun trafficking, of which the ATF was already doing, but was defunded by the Biden administration. All the while, fentanyl, humans, and smuggling are going this way, but we can't put a wall up because that's racist. It's about where we're at. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.